Welcome to another episode. Today I will talk about everything motivation. Because once you have motivation, success will follow. Ready? Let's go! Alright, so motivation is important. There's no discussion about it. It drives us forward. It drives us to achieve something, to do something. However, we have to identify what exactly motivation consists of and how can we distinguish between intrinsic motivation and external motivation. Or extrinsic, but for simplicity's sake, let's call it external. Let me give you an example. You have to go to a training which is rather tiresome. Motivation is low, but you have to push yourself. Okay, it's possible. You can push yourself maybe for 1 week, maybe a second week, maybe a few months. But in the end, you will get burned out. So high motivation, or better said, intrinsic motivation is crucial. Why do I make this distinction? External motivation is something that is not sustainable. It subsides over time. A good example of external motivation would be physical appearance. So it's something, well, you may value, but it relies on others' perspective. And external motivation fades over time. And you will not enjoy the process of working out because, well, you don't care about working out. You only care about this external aspect, which is how other people perceive you, physical appearance. And I think that is one of the most common problems, for example, in gym training, fitness, the whole industry. It relies too heavily on physical appearance. And, well, as I explained, physical appearance is one of the biggest examples of external motivation. So how can we change this? We have to see how can we change from or add another type of motivation, which is more intrinsic. And this is where the good stuff happens, because when your intrinsic motivation is high, you don't have to force yourself to do anything. Every workout will be a joy. In fact, instead of looking up to a workout, you will looking for it. You cannot wait to start working out because it will give you energy. It will certainly not burn you out. Another good example for intrinsic motivation would be, let's say, just passion. You do something out of passion. For me, it is calisthenics. Calisthenics is more about skill training. So not about physical appearance or getting bigger or getting more defined or losing fat. Those are all byproducts, which of course is welcome. But the main driver for me is learning a new skill. And once you learn a new skill, that will give you energy and that will give you intrinsic motivation. So it's really important to distinguish those two. Intrinsic motivation, which comes from within yourself, and external motivation, which is a value, which of course also comes from within, but this value is more dependable on other factors outside of yourself, how other people perceive you, how good you look, those kind of things. So yeah, one of the biggest take-home messages here is, well, find something you really enjoy, find a passion. And with passion automatically comes intrinsic motivation. What was that quote again of Steve Jobs? You can only be good at something if you really like it. Well, this perfectly applies to training as well. Just look out there, see what really catches your attention, see what really drives you, and go for it. I mean, don't care about what other people think. If you think some kind of sport is really fun to you, do it. Do it. Just do it. No Nike sponsors here. Okay, enough ranting about motivation. I'm gonna end this episode here. And in the meantime, I wish you a lot of good luck in finding that new spark, that new motivation and try to change it from external to intrinsic. Remember, intrinsic is the key here. I hope to see you again in the next one, guys. Cheers.